Namaste India. India Unbound is running successfully media house since last 1 decade. In India Unbound, we are covering all segments like politics, crime, sports, entertainment, travel, health and beauty. Also covering exclusive interview of bureaucrats, celebrities, businessmen and politicians. We are printing and publishing 1 lakh copies and circulating in all across India. India Unbound have also started tabloid Hindi weekly newspapers 3 years back. We are printing and publishing 60,000 copies circulating all over Maharashtra, Delhi, Lucknow and Patna. We have 25,000 bona fide subscribers in country and globe. We are gradually increasing by 20% annually. India Unbound is focusing to the youth, societies and giving the platform for untapped potentials, who is bringing changes in society in the public interest at large. In 2017, India Unbound also started India Unbound Excellency Award, an honor to heroes who is working for the positive changes in their respective fields and for our society for their recognition and uplifting to their moral. Let us come together, be a part for the positive changes.
Welcome to an exclusive interview. Dr. Prashant Narnaware, Collector, Palghar district. सर इंडिया अनबाउंड में आपका स्वागत है. Kindly tell us about your school and college days, where you born and brought up.
I am born and brought up at Nagpur, and I was fortunate to be the alumni of Kendriya Vidyalaya.
Okay.
And then I did my graduation from Government College Nagpur, College Nagpur, and then I did my PG, and then I proceeded for my PhD.
Okay. So you have doctorate in
health policy.
Health policy.
And I am also a medical graduate.
Okay. Then after that, you have completed for.
Then I worked for a very small period in Uttar Pradesh.
Oh.
And then
Uttar Pradesh where?
Uttar Pradesh, I was posted in Greater Noida. At that time, Honorable Mulayam Singh Yadav was the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh when I was working in the Health Department of UP.
Okay.
And then I also worked for a very short span in Mizoram.
Okay.
So I was posted in Aizawl. During that time when I was doing my PhD and when I was working, I gave IAS exam, and then I got in 2008. And I then joined this service in 2009.
Did you always wanted to become an IAS officer since your childhood days?
I wanted to become a doctor first, so I
Okay.
became a doctor. I wanted to serve people through my medical work, but later on when I achieved that target, I thought that being in administration, I can serve the social cause to a greater extent. And then once I joined the medical field, I thought that it would be a right time now to again go to a higher goal of public service. And IAS being the prime public service of India, naturally it was my choice to join IAS.
What are your memories of 2008 batch IAS? Do you still meet your batchmates?
Yes, I still meet my batchmates. I recently I went for my phase 3 training, which is mid-career training. I happened to meet several of my batchmates from several different states. So being in IAS, it gives you an all-India view, and you have friends across India and across the services, not only in IAS. I'm having some of the best friends in IPS, in foreign service, revenue service, forest service, so on and so forth. So that bond of friendship, once we join the service, always remain, and we continue to have it. that is the time.
How you celebrate when you meet your batchmates?
There is no specific celebration as such. We discuss a lot of work that we do, exercising our public duty, and also we had opportunity to talk some informal talks regarding family, regarding how career is going. Most of the content also we have regarding what we have already done, what our planning, what is current administrative scenario of country, a lot of the things which are affecting our nation. So that is what we talk, apart from a lot of personal talk that we have.
Right. As you have pursued PhD on role of human resources in hospital administration, you also were a teacher at Chanakya Academy in Capital. Then how and why you choose to become an IAS officer?
As I've discussed, I've already I was into one of the jobs, and then I thought that to pursue my public goal, where I want to serve people to a greater extent, I decided to give IAS exam, and then I joined, and I am very happy when I look back to my career that I could make substantial changes wherever I was posted, and that is what I feel that with whatever dream I join, if I continue to pursue that dream, I can retire with high fulfillment, with high degree of fulfillment. I could retire. I mean, there is a lot of time that I am having now in my career span, but still I feel that one join the service and one retire the service, what we do in between matters a lot, and for that officer is known, and that is a motto of our life that gives us complete satisfaction and fulfillment, that we have certain purpose of life and we are working to a purpose.
What was your experience as a collector Usmanabad?
As a collector Usmanabad, we were having several challenges. The first challenge was drought, and the second was farmer suicide. When I was there for almost 3.5 years as a collector, almost all the 3 years we had severe drought. The last year being the severest year of drought. And then we have taken up 21,000 works of under Jal Yukta Shivar Abhiyan. And then by the time when I was about to left, we had good rains. So today we do not have, when I left, we were not having a single tanker. Year before I left, there were more than 450 tankers catering almost 1011 Wadi Bastis, there's a hamlets and villages that we could cover. So it was a very severe drought. We could counter that effectively. We could provide water through tankers. We could requisite wells. And because of our micro planning that we have done, we could give water sufficiently to people. This is one. The second aspect of drought was scarcity of water. For that, we have opened more than 100 chara chhaunis, and almost 1 lakh animals were given fodder through those chara chhaunis for almost a period of 5.5 to 6 months. That was a great challenge, that without allowing anybody to involve in any kind of malpractice, maintaining complete transparency and providing the fodder to animals was a great experience to me. It gave a lot of uh, learning for me as well how to handle such crisis situation like drought. So it was a disaster, a natural disaster, and I could counter that. The second was farmer suicide, and therefore to combat this farmer suicide, I came up with an idea of farmer group movement. Before that, regarding Jalayukta Shivar, I would like to explain that our model of Jalayukta Shivar was not only limited to conservation of water or a restoration, recharge of water. Our model also include using less water in agriculture. So we could go for drip, sprinkler, along with the 19 type of water conservation structures. We could also go for water conservation techniques in agriculture, like sprinkler, drip, use of BBF, broad blade furrow, which will conserve, which will go for in situ water conservation. At the same time, we could also successfully pursue farmer to change the crop pattern, because a certain kind of faulty crop pattern also used to consume lot of water, and that used to increase the gravity of water scarcity. So we were having almost 42,000 hectares of sugarcane with us in our district. It's such a drought district, having a sugarcane consuming lot of water is not a good idea. So we pursue farmers. We ran a campaign called as Beyond Sugarcane campaign. This became extremely successful. Under this campaign, with the help of Krishi Vigyan Kendra, we came up with a solution that instead of sugarcane, which other crop could be grown, which would give better income to farmers, so that farmers, and in less water, so that farmers can shift from sugarcane to the other crop, like soybean and tur intercropping and so on and so forth. That helped us to reduce from 42,000 hectares of sugarcane to 25,000 hectares of sugarcane in a span of 7 months, and in next year
50% down.
50%, and in next year we had only 10,000 hectares of sugarcane. So this campaign was Beyond Sugarcane movement, which was widely acknowledged by the state government, and even Honorable Chief Minister also counted it as one of the successful models which could be replicated elsewhere. Honorable Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Madam Vasundhara Raje, also came to know about our entire project, and she sent Minister of State Irrigation, Rajasthan, and a couple of IAS officers to see our work. And after seeing our work, she requested me and the Secretary of Water Conservation, Mr. Deshmukh, Prabhakar Deshmukh that time. So she requested both of us to come there and explain our model. So we went there. I explained Usmanabad model to Madam Vasundhara Raje, her entire cabinet, all the collectors, Honorable Chief Secretary and concerned secretaries were all present, and in Jaipur we could explain that model to her, and then this model was modified as per the need of Rajasthan, and Honorable Vasundhara Raje Madam have launched their irrigation program on our model. So that is one of the success of Usmanabad pattern of water conservation. I can say that even other states have adopted it. The second thing which I would like to tell about our work was about the farmer group movement to combat farmer suicide. Under this movement, we gathered farmers taking similar crop, and we gathered them into farmers group. In a span of 3 years, we could gather 2,88,000 farmers. 2,88,000 farmers. Total farmers we were having almost 3,33,000 farmers were there. Out of that, 2,88,000 farmers were brought together. 14,600 farmer groups were formed. 58 private limited companies of farmers were formed. One seed company, VRD Agro Farmer Producer Company, was formed to produce seed for our farmers, because in 2015 we saw that we imported seed of almost 55 crore from Madhya Pradesh, soybean seed. So we thought that why not have our own seed company owned by farmers themselves. So first experiment of VRD Agro Private Limited got successful, and we did this experiment with the help of Parbhani Agriculture University. Professor Venkateshwarlu, who was the Vice Chancellor of Parbhani Agriculture University, was very kind, and he helped us because we need a foundation seed which is patented, and a poor farmer cannot afford to have that kind of patented seed. So Parbhani Agriculture University helped us. We formed our company, and then today, with almost 30 companies coming together of Usmanabad and nearby district, Usmanabad District Seed Federation is formed, and today farmers are running their seed companies on their own. So this is a kind of experiment. We had several clusters, Jarbera cluster, soybean cluster, we have Khoya cluster for in Bhoom Taluka, we have Khoya cluster. So 4.5 crore rupees were given and sanctioned by industry, Commissioner Industries, and we had Khoya cluster go for processing of milk and then making it into Khoya, converting to Khoya, and then selling it. It will increase the value and that will give more money to farmers. We have 5 companies, 5 brands of companies of milk that we had. Bhavani Shankar Doodh, Padoikar Doodh, Rupa Mata Doodh, and Marathwada Doodh. So these were several companies that we have established, and these all companies are very small, wherein farmers are coming together, they are pooling the milk, they are processing the milk, packaging it themselves and selling it in the nearby market themselves. So previously
it is actual make in India and skill India.
And farmers previously used to get 18 or 19 rupees per litre, and now these companies of farmers themselves sell in market 45 to 46 rupees per kg to the customers, and out of that 46 rupees, 45 to 46 rupees is a range, and out of that almost 34 to 35 rupees they pay to farmers, and rest 10 rupees they keep it for themselves for their operational cost. And previously when farmers used to get 8 to 9 rupees, instead of that now they are getting 34 to 35 rupees. This is almost a quantum jump we could take. So this is a very successful model. Agriculture cluster model was very successful, and Honorable Chief Minister again was very kind to visit our district twice to see this model, to see our Jal Yukt Shivar Abhiyan, and now this has become a state government policy. Today, Government of Maharashtra have come up with agriculture cluster model, and each cluster will now be given rupees 1 crore by state government. When we did it, we converged the schemes. We were not having money, but now Government of Maharashtra have decided to come with agriculture cluster development program, and under that each cluster will be funded 1 crore rupees. So that is a policy. Now whatever my work was converted into a policy. So it is a great success in that way.
What are the major challenges you are facing as a collector Palghar? Now you are posted in Palghar. What are the major challenges you are?
The challenges are multifarious. As a collector Palghar, and especially as a collector of newly born district, we have different challenges than the normal conventional district. The first is that we have to pursue to the government the creation of different offices. Almost out of the 63 offices or 63 district level offices, 30 offices are already created. Rest 31 to 30 rest of the offices are required to be even established. So that is one of the challenge we need to have, that just by having a collector or SP and CEO, it is not a district. We need officers of all departments at our level at normal. So that is one of the challenges. Another challenge is we have staff. So we are pursuing government, and government is also helping us to identify staff for us even at the local level. So that is another challenge. The other challenge is to create a new district and new township altogether. So Honorable Chief Minister was kind enough to give us time on 8th of this month, and he would like to inaugurate, do Bhumi Pujan of the new Palghar township, which we call as Navnagar, Palghar Navnagar. And in that township, we will be having collector office, CO office, SP office, 2 administrative buildings, staff quarters and bungalows for staff as well as officers, and also we will be having a certain area which will be commercially developed by SIDCO. So this entire township will be developed with the help of SIDCO. We've already requested the Vice Chairman of SIDCO to visit our place and establish their own regional office, which they have acknowledged and accepted, and now their regional office of Palghar will be shortly inaugurated, and then we'll be starting our work. That is the basic challenge. Apart from that, we have a lot of tribal area. So Forest Rights Acts implementation, Community Rights Acts implementation, JFM, Joint Forest Management. These are all the issues. And the PESA area, that is all we have to work for them. Malnutrition is another challenge. Livelihood development is another challenge. Coastal security is the big challenge before us, which we are taking up in joint consultation with Superintendent of Police and the Coast Guards. So we are in close coordination. At the same time, we also have the issues of fishermen. Certain fishermen go missing in the sea, so that is another issue. We have Tarapur Atomic Energy Power Center, and their security of that and exercises related with it, and rehabilitation of the villages which were displaced due to the Tata Atomic Power Center is also one of the other issue that we are facing. So the challenges are multifarious. Even for the fishermen, we have to work. Forest conservation is another activity that we have to take.
Huge areas covered by the forest rights. Where you would like to see the Palghar district in the next 5 years?
In next 5 years, Palghar is going to grow into a very developed area, a developed city, being a midway between, or a connecting link between Mumbai and Gujarat. So we are having DFCC project, project, a Delhi Freight Corridor. That national highway is getting expanded. The bullet train is going to come, and we have 2 stations, Boisar and Virar. So it is one of the districts where we have 2 stations of bullet train. That is there. Industrial development is another aspect that we want to look in. We have big industrial area. One of the biggest MIDCs we have, Boisar Tarapur MIDC we have. That in Palghar industries are coming. In Vada industries are coming up. So we have to see that industrial development should be facilitated. At the same time, even we have to see that low-cost housing, which is the vision of Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Chief Minister, should also be implemented. And because nowadays it is very difficult for anybody to afford houses in Mumbai and nearby areas, people would definitely like to come and stay in Palghar and nearby areas where the property costs are a little less, and then they can commute from Palghar to Mumbai because we are having trains there. So that is one aspect we want to see. At the same time, we also have to see that all these projects which are coming up of national importance, including the Vadhavan International Port that we are thinking.
Okay.
So there we are thinking
international
port in Vadhavan, especially in Dahanu. So which will be jointly developed by JNPT and Maharashtra Maritime Board. So this is on our card, and we require a permission of Dharmadhikari Committee, which is established by Supreme Court of India to look into this matter and other matters which are there in Dahanu. So once that is clear, we would also like to come up with that international project. Also, we have to see that all the people who are affected by this project need to be properly compensated and properly rehabilitated. Even their interest in the coming years should also be protected. So that is a big challenge between for me to have a delicate balance between the beneficiaries and also those who are sufferers. So that challenge we have to come up with. So that is one of the biggest challenge. Apart from that, we want to see that tribal people are empowered. The people, fishermen especially, who are in the coastal areas, especially the poor fishermen, need to be given certain better kind of livelihood. So that is another aspect that we are going to. So development with a human face. So Palghar, if you want me to see what Palghar should be, so Palghar should be a developed district with a human face.
Do you have any plan, because Palghar is a major part into the coastal area, beaches are there and forest, major part in the forest. Do you have any plan to, tourism wise? You can develop in the Palghar beaches and forest to attract the tourist.
Yes, we do have a tourist plan. We have designed 4 tourist clusters or tourist circuits in Palghar, and that is already approved. As soon as I came, I decided that we should have Palghar as a good tourist destination, being its proximity to Mumbai and the nearby areas. And weekend tourism and even the normal tourism can be extended. We are having 15 beaches. Some of the beaches are extremely good, like Gordi, Dahanu, and other beaches that we have. They are extremely good. So these beaches could be developed with the help of the local bodies, and also involving MTDC and other government agencies we would like to do. We have already made a district tourism plan which is already there, and we are also intervening locality specific tourism, like we are focusing on Keva festival for Keva, then Chiku festival which is already there. We want to convert it into a Dahanu kind of a festival, where in Dahanu, for Dahanu tourism, we also want to involve ourselves with the local people and come up with the Jawar tourism, where recently we had a tribal festival in Jawar, in Dashera. We had a tribal festival in Jawar where many people from Mumbai and the nearby areas came, and we celebrated traditional tribal Dashera festival. So that need to be marketed. Warli painting we want to market, and we want to come up with a big Warli cluster, which we are now in discussion with the government of Maharashtra. So that we want to come up with. So we do have plans for tourism, and our divisional commissioner, Mr. Jagdish Patil, he was in MTDC. So he had great liking for tourism, and therefore we would like to take his guidance.
He is a very experienced,
very experienced officer. So under his guidance, we feel that we could do it.
Palghar is a backward and also tribal area, as you said. Do you find any difficulties while communicating with working with the tribal people?
Exactly, I don't find any difficulty. The reason is once you know what they want, and once you are interested in tribal population and their welfare, I feel the bond of affection do not have any language. So in that way, when I show my affection, they also give me a lot of love and respect, and that bond between us.
Such sand mafia's business is also in full swing in Palghar, Vasai, Virar and urban areas. What is your plan to control such land mafias and to generate revenue without giving the charges to the government.
Absolutely. That was a big challenge when I joined. Especially certain illegal activities in sand minings were going in areas of Vasai, in areas of Palghar, which are there on seashore.
Yeah.
And we could successfully combat that. We had several raids. One of our officers were also attacked. Our district mining officers, when we sent him on raid, he was attacked and we registered an offence against those people. I myself went on raid once with the entire machinery. I captured almost 53 trucks and more than 2 crores of fine were levied on those people. Because of our strict action, now there are many people who are ready to take up our auction. So recently we had auctioned one spot. So it was from last so many years, like last almost 7 to 8 years, there were not auction
Nobody
was
was coming forward.
Nobody was coming forward because they were just
Enjoying free.
enjoying. But now because of our action, submitted their bid and we have told them to deposit amount to the government, and as soon as they will deposit the amount to the government, we will give them permission to excavate. So I feel legally we should allow people to excavate taking the permission, and we should not allow anybody to go for any kind of wrong this thing. So sometimes it creates a lot of pressure on us also. Some people are, some of my officers, even as high as officers or district mining officer is a very senior officer, when they were attacked. But our administrative will is there. We are getting support from all corners. Police and Superintendent of Police was also supportive in the entire thing, and with entire administration coming together, we feel that this menace can be countered.
So what is your expectation from our Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis as a collector Palghar for better infrastructure?
Honorable CM, right from the beginning, was very positive. It is because of his vision that Palghar could be developed into a self-reliant, modern district with a human face. As soon as we decided to inaugurate, do Bhumi Pujan of the Palghar Navnagar, he was very much excited and he called me personally. I met Honorable Chief Minister, I briefed him, and instantly he gave time and he gave me instructions that maybe within 1.5 years at least few of the buildings should get completed, and whatever target he have given to us, I feel we will fulfill that target. Regarding malnutrition, Health Minister is also coming up with great help. He has been constantly touring our district with the local officials and also with me, and even we could reduce the level of malnutrition and the use of child deaths this year, statistics of which I will be providing you shortly.
So as Palghar is the new district, there is a shortage of infrastructure yet. There is no collector office and bungalows provided, and your half of the work is done by the Thane district still, I believe. How you manage your work? How you deal with sort of these all disturbance?
For new district which is created, these things are a bit natural. It takes time to establish. Many times it is very easy to demand any district, a new district, because there are political demands from not many corners normally to create a district. But coming up with a full-fledged district is a very big challenge for administration as well as those who take decision politically. But once that is taken, I feel that takes a time to establish several different offices, to appoint officers, to create new offices by each ministry and the department. So it takes time. Till that time, we cannot allow people to suffer, and therefore we are having certain offices which work for Palghar as well as Thane, and therefore at least at my level I have given them particular mandate to visit the district at particular point of time, and normally I made it compulsory for all officers to attend my meeting whenever I take review and all. So that really helped me to make these officers responsible for the field level execution. Though we may say that Palghar may not have few offices, but we must not always forget that Palghar and Thane was one district once upon a time. The jurisdiction of the officers who are sitting there in Thane was Palghar and Thane in combined. So by the way, they were executing their duties in that manner. Only the change is that now they have to attend the two collectors. So field machinery at local level was there, and therefore what we have to do is to work extra.
Correct.
And if we are ready to work extra, give few more hours of working each day, I feel we can solve the issue. And the only thing what I can do now, and I can tell my officers now, is to work few hours extra, at least for few years, to convert it into a very few. And officers are helping me.
Palghar is a huge district with forest, coastal and urban area. How you are managing to communicate with the entire Palghar, being a collector?
Palghar have different challenges, as you said. That there is certain area of forest, certain area of coastal, and then there is a huge urban tract consisting of Vasai, Vidar, Nala Sopara, Palghar, and Bada and other parts, Boisar. So the variety of work is a challenge before all of us. However, if it is meticulously planned and our priorities are very clear, as I have mentioned, that my priorities of rural development and the tribal development is very clear. Priority for this coastal area and the fishermen is also clear, and also the priority for industrial development and the urban development, especially the urban housing and urban planning, is clear before me. And once we have these priorities very clear, it is very easy to deal with the concerned officers of that area and get our plans and policies of the government executed. So in that way, though the variety is there, as a bureaucrat, we are expected to deal with variety and give people results.
Sir, as you said that malnutrition is the major problem in being a tribal area. There is a lack of medical facilities. What are your plans to improve such issues? Like you came today here, I think that is the one reason.
Malnutrition is a big challenge before us. Child death is another challenge. We have to see this problem in a holistic manner as such. What we have done is that we have mapped the entire child deaths and malnutrition cases, and we have divided the district into three categories: severe, moderate and sensitive category. Now once we map those areas, we see that there are certain areas where the number of child deaths and the malnutrition cases are more. So we could identify the local issues and solve those. One of the local issues is migration. So when people go out, come back, and if they do not get proper nutrition, the children do not get proper nutrition because they migrate along with their parents, there is an issue. So we try to solve it with the help of certain camps which we organize once these people return. At the same time, we have now decided to track this migration, that where these actual people are going and whenever these people are migrating, then we should communicate their migration to the respective district heads, so that if any problem these people faces there, even they can even help. We have also requested the state government to see the portability of the ration cards when they go from one place to the another. If that is done in the next level, that it will be done, so that will be of great help. Also, we want that livelihood development through MREGS and other things, poultry, goatry, MREGS. These are the methods of livelihood. If you provide them here, that will try to solve the issue. At the same time, we also want to convert livelihood and malnutrition, especially giving poultry to the tribal people and then purchasing eggs from them and giving it to our Anganwadis and Ashram schools. So that will complete the entire circle. Rather than purchasing it from outside, we will develop poultry, we will purchase eggs from them and give it to the malnutrited children in Anganwadi and Ashram schools. So that is another aspect of combating malnutrition. At the same time, we also are identifying almost 11 measures given in Navasanjeevani guidelines. These 11 measures include even the food, not only for children but also for the family. So Anna Din is celebrated.
Okay.
On every 9th of every 9th day of a month, and then all the people are given grains on that particular day. So nobody can say that they are having less grains. So we try to see that grains are provided. Also, good potable water need to be provided, because diarrhea is one of the reasons for child deaths. So these are the things. At the same time, we are also we have also started Matrutva Samvardhan Din for every pregnant lady. That every pregnant lady during 9 months of her pregnancy should visit at least 6 times, and each once in a month, and then we will conduct all the tests and everything, and we'll check the nutrition level of the mother. And once we check the nutrition level of the mother and we give her a proper nutrition, the child will be nicely born. So taking all those steps, we could reduce the child deaths to a drastic level, which I will show you.
So as there are a lot of land related disputes by the land grabbers in Vasai and Viral urban areas. Illegal construction are taking place, sold to the poor people and then cheat them. Being a collector, how will you control such crimes? Though this comes under the corporation and local bodies, but there is the role of the collector.
Yes, there is a role of collector. Therefore, any such complaint that we receive, we are dealing with them very specifically and stringently. At the same time, certain issues of non-agriculture and other things, we try to simplify it so that the level of corruption or other things which are there would be reduced, and common man, if he wants to convert his land into NA and then want to build up, that should be facilitated. Regarding mafias, land mafias, whenever such kind of things are brought to our notice, we are going to take strict action against them.
So have you ever experienced any political pressure in your work?
As such, I don't feel any political pressure I experience. We consider it as a friendly intervention.
Okay.
If any legal work is there and if any political person requests us for any legal work, we do not mind doing that. However, by now I feel people know that if they come to me for any wrong work, it will not be.
They will not going to entertain.
They will not do. So normally they don't ask me to do it.
Sir, who is your role model? Whom you inspired?
APJ Abdul Kalam is a person.
Do you like any sport? Which sport you like?
Yeah, I like badminton. I play badminton. I play tennis,
Okay.
and I go on trekking.
Oh,
So whenever I get time, I go for trekking, and even Palghar is a good place to go for trekking. So already I have completed 2-3 treks
okay.
since I joined.
Oh.
So you are also most welcome.
Yeah, definitely. Once we will come. How you spend your leisure time, as you said? If you find some leisure time, how you like to spend it?
As a district collector, we do not have opportunity to have leisure time. I feel working gives me a lot of relaxation,
Okay.
and reading is my habit.
Wow, great.
I read
Newspaper, magazine, and books.
I read books,
Okay.
especially books on administration, law,
Okay.
and social social issues, then history and biographies.
Wow.
That's something which I like.
Okay. Doctor, of course. What are your future aspirations?
I don't have any as such. I want to continue because in IAS, I don't feel our job is to think for any future aspiration to become any particular thing, because here whichever department is given to you, you're going to head that department. So my only future aspiration is that how I can become the best in whatever work given to me, no matter how small it look like, but every work given to me, I should be a master in it. I should perform to the best of my ability, and each time I should beat my previous record or previous work. That is my aspiration.
Sir, what advice you want to give to the students who wanted to aspire to become an IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS?
I want to tell them that this is a paid social service.
Paid social service.
Paid social service. You are paid for working for poor people. So, and if you do not have any bad habits, then whatever government is giving, it is modest enough to make a good livelihood. And you can do a lot in at such a young age. There is no service in India which will provide you such great power to change and transform the lives of people and earn such great respect among people and among all sections of services. So this is one of the best service which will provide you opportunity of personal fulfillment. So if somebody is looking for personal fulfillment, if somebody is looking to dedicate their lives for public service, which by the way many NGOs and many other people want to do, but then they are not paid for that. So here government pays us to do something which we wanted to do. So it is one of the best service to serve people. You have power, you have respect, at the same time you have great responsibility.
What message would you like to spread to your department, citizens of Palghar, of course India Unbound region?
The message is that governance is not something which can only be done by bureaucrats or politicians. When we say we all are citizens, and of course citizens are different than subjects. Subjects are subjects are the people who are getting ruled by royalties, but citizens are those who are full participant in the political activities and in the act of governance. Each citizen of India, therefore, is a ruler, and therefore each citizen of India have responsibility along with the bureaucrat, along with the politician, to govern this beautiful country, to contribute to the best for development of this country. Therefore, we all have to come together. All sections of society, all professions of different professional life, if we all come together to do our work best in whatever we are doing, we don't have to do any other thing. But if we do our things better, if we follow rules and regulations which are given and perform the best in our own fields, we can all bring India to greater heights. And therefore, such kind of governance we all have to do, because it is our country.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You have given your precious time.
Thanks.
India Unbound wishes you a great success in your future motto and future arena. Once again, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Please subscribe India Unbound channel for watching latest interviews of celebrities, administrative officers and businessmen. We welcome your valuable suggestions and opinions. Please like and share our videos. Visit us and do write us. Follow us on social media. If you have any queries and want to advertise with India Unbound Media, please call or WhatsApp us on